Hi, this is Mel. I hope all of you are doing awesome. Today I'm going to do another ghost story. Now, this is a true ghost story, and this has happened to someone very close that I know, a friend's daughter. And so I cannot give out the name of the person or the name of the university due to legal reasons. So this friend's daughter went to a university, and this university is a very famous university, and university has a medical college. And now this daughter, she was very intelligent girl, studied very hard throughout her elementary, middle, high school, and very goal oriented. So in her mind, she wanted to study and become somebody really famous, and she was very good at her studies, what she did. Now this university, just like other university, has every areas, every field, medical field, engineering field. So she wanted to be an engineer, and her friends wanted to be doctors, so they all went to this university. So the selection process was very tough because this is a very well-known university. So after all this, then they randomly pick who's going to live with whom. They did give a little bit of choices, but it wasn't too much of a choice. So then this person was living in a dorm with four other girls, and when her parents dropped her off in the dorm the night, and there was a lot of things they took. You know how when children goes to university first, there are like a lot of things they have to carry, a car full of things her parents carried for her, basic things like clothes, closet things, and a little bit of dry food, and a tiny refrigerator, and some rice cooker, a lot of things. There are minivan full of things. So, and then during the first day of college, you know how it is in the college, there is hardly any space to park, and there are parents everywhere, children everywhere. Everybody's so excited. So parents had dropped her off to her dorm, and then by the time they got little bit of organizing done, it was already night, so they had to leave and go to a nearby motel. And she stayed in her dorm, and this dorm has 4 rooms and a shared dining and kitchen dining. But girls, they all eat in the cafeteria or outside food. And so the second night, her parents came around 10 o'clock, and they called her, and then they said, okay, we're coming up, we just reached, so we're gonna organize more before we leave for home. We're gonna stay a couple of days here in the motel. So she said, I don't want to stay here, Mom. And then Mom said, why? What happened? We paid so much money. And then she said, the place is haunted. Said, what do you mean? Said, I was sitting in my bed at night time, and there was a college gives a chest of drawers, and then there was a closet. Said the chest of drawers open up by itself. Each drawer shelves, there was 4 shelves in the drawers, 4 drawers, and they were each opening one by one, closing, and then the closet opening and closing, and then the people living in the dorm fighting with each other a lot. And one of the girls was extremely sick. She had pneumonia or something, and the others were fighting with each other over dishes in the sink. And so some of the girls were living there previously, the year before that. So she did not want it to stay there at all. Then her parents said, okay, it's not so easy. So they went through the college administration to switch, but it wasn't easy until a place was available. It's not an overnight switch. So she had to stay there about 15 days, and 15 days she experienced a lot of paranormal things. And she didn't want it to be there when the other girls weren't there. But when the other girls were there, they were fighting with each other. So there were a lot of fights, there are a lot of paranormal activities. And the people who were sitting in the front desk at the downstairs were freezing to death in around September. It was September time, the colleges start. So around September time they were freezing to death. They had big room heaters around August, September, when it's so hot, and everybody wearing jackets and hoods and caps, just freeze. And everywhere there will be like noises and water leaking everywhere, water coming out everywhere, things breaking and falling, a lot of noises, a lot of fights, and students will do a lot of drugs and marijuana and all that stuff, and screaming and shouting. And the roads, students will drive like crazy middle of the night. The students had very weird behavior, a lot of smoking, drinking, drug, alcohol, parties going on. So the university was totally haunted. But years back, the university used to be a mental hospital, years back. And then they broke everything and rebuilt two universities. But the thing is that girl, she finished her degree 4 years, but it seemed the spirit possession didn't go away. After that haunted her, and she developed a lot of mental problems. And before that she was perfectly normal, very healthy girl with all hopes and dreams. So ghosts are real, and their spirit possession is real. And everybody does not feel them. Some people do have the abilities to see, hear, feel. And that girl also heard a lot of knocking in the walls, banging in the walls, scratching in the walls, and scratches on her back and body. And just her life just turned upside down after that. So these are real, and a lot of people really don't believe in it, but it is so true. And some of the things that person experience as well is the room being very cold, and when they turn the thermostat up above 72, within couple of hours it will go down to 50, and then they will put it back up again they'll go down to 50. And the people came, maintenance people came and fixed it, and it will stay in 70 72 for a couple of hours and then go to 50. And another things that person have seen woman at one point, and a child at another time, and a man. So these are like a flash of seeing them, and then they vanish. And other than that, there are a lot of sicknesses and fightings and issues with the stomach, issues with the head, headaches, serious headaches. Mm, So there is no doubt that there is haunting and ghost in there. Like this, many places has it, especially the old building or cemetery where they break it down and rebuild to a new building. But that doesn't mean that presence of those bodies, they just go away. They don't, because they linger for years because they don't know where to go, and sometimes it isn't time for them to be reborn, so they stay stuck in between two worlds, and that's where they cause problem. Many problems happen, like that person so to her mom. When her mom went to visit her, she saw that she would be sitting in a computer and she will call her mom, like, "Mom, come quickly and look." And then she will be sitting with her hands far away from the computer or the monitor or the mouse, but the mouse will go and click, open all the windows, close windows. At nighttime, the computer will turn on by itself, TV will turn on by itself, TV will turn off, and light was the biggest problem. Light will flicker on, off, and most of the time there will be short circuits, light gone. Another big problem, the basement would be flooded, and all the children living in the basement, the dorm, the rooms will be flooded with water. It wasn't a basement, it was the first floor. And it was always a wonder, where is all this water coming from? So that's another issue. And there were a lot of issues with bugs, like there'll be bugs coming. And then there was, even though they had exterminator coming, and then there were a lot of issues with everybody being angry and fighting with each other and drinking, smoking, and just a lot of drama goes on till very late night. So hunting is true, and there are some places still very haunted and people do get possessed, which is very hard to get rid of. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you with many more. Bye bye.